Hi, I'm Kara, otherwise known as Boho Berry online. I'm just going to call this my fall bucket list. And one of my favorite ways to kind of fancy up your lettering is to do a technique called faux calligraphy. So I wrote this out in regular cursive, and now I'm going to come back in and just thicken up the downstrokes of each letter. And then I think on the side here, I'm going to do some fun little fall leaves. And the cool thing about leaves is that you really can't go wrong when you draw them. They come in so many different shapes and sizes. You can just play around and come up with so many different designs. All right, so let's start making our list. So first I'm going to start out with carving a pumpkin. When I'm doing a hand-lettered list like this, I want it to kind of flow nicely, so I want to kind of alternate my different lettering styles and not have two of the same next to each other. So my next one is going to be go on a hayride. And you'll notice I'm kind of bouncing around the page with my check boxes. I don't want it to be too rigid. Make apple cider. Let's do this in kind of the same technique we did on the header, where we're thickening up some of the lines. Have a bonfire. That's one of my favorite parts of the fall season, when it gets cool enough outside to just kind of sit around the fire. Even I sometimes have shaky lines, and that's okay. It's totally normal, and I think it kind of adds some character to your list when you're done. All right, so this one, I'm going to do kind of some wider letters. And definitely slowing down and not getting in too much of a hurry as you're writing things or drawing things can definitely help. Up next, we are going to go hiking. And with these bubble letters, you just kind of want to imagine that you're tracing the outline of letters just really, really widely. I'm actually going to come in on this one, and to give it a little bit more of a pop, we are going to add a little bit of shadow to our letters. So on the left side and on the bottom of each letter, I'm just going to come in and just lightly put in a fun little shadow. I think that we'd love to go trick-or-treating, obviously, for Halloween. I'm going to do my bounce letters again. And the fun thing about bounce lettering is that there really are no rules. You don't have to worry about staying on any certain line or following a certain path. Just kind of go where the letters take you. We have a really fun fall festival here, so I'm going to definitely add that to our list. And I think I'm going to do this kind of in this upright cursive style, but I'm going to do a faux calligraphy with it. So we're going to say fall festival. And then just like we did with thickening up the downstrokes in the header, we're going to do that here as well, except this time we're going to fill them in. And this kind of gives you the illusion that you're using a fancy calligraphy pen when all you're really using is just a regular pen. It's just proof that you don't need all of the fancy tools in order to create fun lettering. All right, so let's jump in some leaf piles. That'll be great. All right, so I think I'm going to go back to my initial style, but I'm actually going to do it a little bit larger. So I'm making these letters tall and skinny. And just for fun, to add a little more decor to the page, we're going to draw some fun little pumpkins down at the bottom to finish decorating the page. Pumpkins are actually really, really easy to draw, just like leaves, is that they come in all shapes and sizes, so you don't have to worry too much. So let's add a little bit of the ground here. And I think I'm going to do one more big pumpkin right here. And I'm going to pick some cute fall colors. So obviously our pumpkins are going to be orange. So let's see, this might be a good color. And what's some other fall colors, like a deeper red. We need a green for the stem of the pumpkins, and possibly some leaves, and of course some of the leaves need a little bit of yellow in them as well. And I'm not really worrying too much about staying within the lines. Again, I'm just trying to be kind of quick and messy. I kind of like that style for this list. I hope you really enjoyed this fall bucket list tutorial and watching how I did a few different lettering styles. If you'd like more tutorials like this, be sure to check me out over on YouTube at Boho Berry or via the link in the description box below.